Hits up, bitches. It's brunch time.
Woo!
Woo. We are back again for another horror-filled episode of the Dead Bitches Brunch. We're your hosts. My name is Lindsay B. With me is the priestess of darkness, Leah Pettibone.
Hello.
Hello, people. We missed everybody. It feels like whenever we take our breaks it feels like a long time in the midst of it, and then when we get to putting everything together for a new episode, it's like, oh, I could use another week to get this ready.
There's not enough hours in a day.
Yes, not enough hours in the day. As always, check us out at deadbitchesbrunch.com or at Instagram at deadbitchesbrunch. And then thanks again to Gravity Bleeds of Philbrick Studios for making that kick-ass intro for us. It's everything our black hearts could ever want. So
Yes,
thank you.
Thank
We
you.
have a couple people in the chat already. We've got Laura Lefevre. Ooh, Laura, you're such a badass female in the underground community. I see you out there shouting out people, supporting people. Just awesome. So it's great. Thank you for supporting us here at the Dead Bitches Brunch. We've got Dub. We've got Mr. Pettibone himself, Hollywood. Thank you, everybody, for coming and kicking it with the Dead Bitches and stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, come 6 feet deep and hang out with us. Get cozy. So it's been a poppin' week for the Haunted Housewives creations. Miss Pettibone, you were doing a little kind of an oddities and craft fair expo this past week?
Yes. Yeah. It was local for us. It was the place that we went to. It's called Crossroads Village. It's actually like a little old time town. So there's like an old schoolhouse that has been brought over from God knows where, but it was, a schoolhouse back in the day. Like they have old historic buildings, stuff like that. And like an old carousel. We usually take our kids there for like trick or treating and stuff like that. But they had a little oddities and curiosities festival going on this weekend. So we went and we set up, and it was cool. It was fun.
Yep.
I took a lot of my spooky stuff. I got a lot of, there's Halloween stuff. And we're like, wait, this is normal stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. And I took my little trick or treat bucket for the kids, and yeah, it was fun. It was cool to see another swarm of people, wanting to buy a sign that says "Sorry, we're dead." And things like that. And, I love sharing my spooky stuff with people. That's obviously my passion, hence the name Haunted Housewife Creations. So as some of you know, that's not the only kind of stuff I create, but the spooky stuff is my passion. So it was fun to kind of kick off the spooky season, even though it's the end of July, but we're getting there.
Hey, I think I was struggling today to come up with like an intro title, because we have to title all of our videos when we put them on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said that it's like Code Orange every day with the Dead Bitches Brunch.
It is.
Just like, people are like, oh, you're ready for Halloween. It's like, no, this is how I am all year. Like,
I know.
Like, I wish it was Halloween. Wouldn't be sweating as much. And then you also got to check out Motor City Nightmares Con, right?
Yes. Okay. Yep. We did that for a little bit today. Thanks to our friend Dave, who owns Crypt Keepers Halloween Emporium in Michigan. If you are from Michigan, if you're not from Michigan, hit up Crypt Keepers. They're open all year for all of your spooky Halloween costume, mask, prop needs. We've known the owner for a while, so he always hooks us up. And he ended up getting us into the convention today. We walked around with the kids for a little bit. We were trying to behave ourselves financially for the most part, but we did get to see quite a bit of cool stuff. Okay. I'll be sharing pictures of some of the stuff we did see. And my buy for the day, I actually have it sitting here. Ooh. Something I could not live without from this convention were the guillotine earrings.
Ooh.
So I had to have these. I could not live without them. My life would just shrivel and die if I didn't buy those. So I did buy those. Yeah. And Yeah, it was cool. There were quite a few guests there. The lineup was good this year. I would have loved to stop and talk and
Hmm.
purchase autographs from every single person that was there. Tom Savini was there.
Oh, okay.
So that was huge. And actually, I was standing next to the Crypt Keepers booth, just admiring everything. And Tom Savini walked up right next to me. And, here I am just like in outer space. And I look over and Tom Savini's standing right next to me. And I'm like, let me get out of your way. And he's like, no, you're fine. He was just checking out the scenery or whatever. But it was kind of like a
Yeah,
fangirl moment. He's
yeah,
built the foundation of special effects and so much to do with horror that,
yeah.
I
Oh,
probably
that's
drooled for
awesome.
like 5 minutes afterwards, but
Yeah. Did he
yeah.
smell good?
I didn't smell him.
Okay.
There were too many other people that it would have been like a combination of smells. You know how conventions are. Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. We walked up and we were kind of waiting to get in, and the guy who does the dojo cards for Astro typically did a set of cards for Motor City Nightmares this year, and I wish I had those sitting next to me. I don't know. I just recently posted a picture on Facebook, but they're like Garbage Pail Kids style cards. And there
Hmm.
was one for each of the celebrity guests that was there. So
Okay.
we were talking to him. He said he complimented my kids because they were dressed as Wednesday and Pugsley, and asked to
Oh,
take a picture. And TJ's like, "That's the guy with the cards." And so he ended up saying, "You want to pick out of a fresh deck?" And I'm like, "Do you have Tom Savini?" And
yeah.
and the kids picked theirs. And oh, okay, my handy helper here just
Oh,
handed me. Here's my Tom Savini garbage pail dojo.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw you posted those. That's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really cool. So yeah, it was a good time. We didn't stay too long. And warm out or welcome or buy everything in sight, but it
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool. I'm glad we didn't have to miss it this year. So
Yeah, yeah, you definitely have to like watch your wallets and stuff right now. Everybody's starting to roll everything out, and it's easy to
mhm.
just be like, "Oh my gosh, the Halloween stuff is out." Or especially if you're at a con too. Like the
Yeah.
temptation is just the ultimate. And talking about being able to buy fun rarities is there's going to be an Emporium of Evil auction, I believe, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow night. So folks,
Mhm.
make sure to check that out. Always forget what the name of the stream is, but
Uh,
I know it's Tuesday Night Terror, but it's not. You don't look it up under Tuesday. It's like
suck my vid.
yeah, yeah. So check that
Yep,
out,
that's
folks.
what it is. Suck my
There'll be
vid.
there'll be some good stuff on there and stuff.
Yep.
I really want to get a hold of. They had a shirt and they made a flag of it, but they were all sold out by the time we got to it. Of it was I think Jason holding like a stake, and it had like all their
The
heads
heads
on
on
it and
it.
stuff.
Yep.
But the Jason mask was of the FF13 that Brandon made, Gravity Bleeds. And so yeah, we saw that like afterwards, and we're like, what? Those were there. So
I know. I
I'm
know.
like constantly like kind of like peeping to see if anyone posts stuff for sale. I'm like, oh, maybe one day what something
Right.
will come up and stuff on there. But that was cool because we had no idea that those were being made and stuff. And then just to see them after the fact, we were like, what?
Yeah. Those were cool for sure. I
Yeah.
have seen those pop up recently since camp too. And yeah, there were a couple things that we kind of skipped and then got home and we're like, "Oh, I hope someone sells one of those."
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was to say we went to the Emporium of Evil on the last day. Uh
Mhm.
there. And then it was just I don't know, I was kind of like just tuckered out from everything on camp. We got a
Mhm.
few shirts, a few pins, but it was just kind of like, yeah, just wanted to
Yep.
relax and have a good time. Well, talking about good times, we are going to go into our next little mini segment here, folks, and that is bitches and booze. Because bitches love booze and bitches need booze. And booze
100%.
is not the same without bitches drinking it, just
Right.
circle of life. Circle of life.
Boring.
boring.
Mhm.
So we were going to be trying to do like cocktails of the show, but we're very organized here at the Dead Bitches Brunch, so we're freestyling it a little bit tonight. Um,
Wild
Tonight,
card.
looking very beautiful and pretty much drinking because I was sitting here early doing stuff in my Haunted Housewives creation koozie or gore right there.
Wow.
I'm drinking an infamous Bloody Mary. So all those
Nice.
people who hate pickles and olives and just really good Bloody Mary, fuck you. They're good. They're good.
I'm drinking your blood right now.
We lost 12 viewers. What are you sipping on tonight?
Tonight I am just doing some basic bitch shit. I have a White Claw, and then I also have one of my koozies on my White Claw as well.
Oh, cool.
So, and these are actually, I did get, I typically do like the regular size koozies to fit normal cans and bottles, but I did get some slim can koozies, which I don't know why it took me so long because I'm the queen of slim can basic bitch drinks. So I did get some of those. So this is Reagan from The Exorcist, and I have a couple left. I will be posting those on my Etsy shop tomorrow as well.
Oh, cute. I'm going to have to pick those up because I don't have one of the slim can ones. I actually just got these yesterday. They're White Claw Surge.
Okay.
They're 8%.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit more kick in the can.
Yep.
More sweet than a regular White Claw. But
Yeah.
if you guys find them, definitely like worth it to pick it up.
A little more bang for your buck.
Yeah, I don't like them a little bit better. They're just, they're a little bit more kick in there. And they're a teeny bit more sweet, in my opinion, than the regular White Claw. So it tastes more like a cocktail versus where I feel like sometimes with some of the flavors on some of the seltzers, it can just taste like a mineral water or carbonated water, which is fine. Like I like that. But I mean, if I'm drinking something that says it's blueberry, I'm drinking it because obviously I want to taste some berries.
For sure.
So little something on there. So let's see here.
We're promoting that White Claw Surge, so
Holly
maybe they'll sponsor us one day.
One day we'll be the very low sponsors up there. Right. Hollywood says she loves Bloody Marys as well. Laura says, well, sorry, LOL. I'm thinking that she's not a fan of pickles and well, I'll still love you, Laura. I'll still love you even if you don't like Bloody Marys, That was more so directed to Gravity Bleeds in there. Just because when he saw me pull out the ingredients, he's like, oh, you're making a salad.
Right.
So
ooh, nice salad.
Yeah, nice salad. Nice salad drink.
Yeah. Yep. I actually had bought some Bloody Mary stuff to make for our drinks a couple weeks ago, and then I let the celery sit and die, and I thought, you know what?
See, I never buy celery for mine. I'll get celery salt, but I won't buy celery.
Yeah.
For them and stuff. Because the same thing. There's not enough to justify a whole stock. Brandon says, fuck pickles.
What?
Fuck pickles.
What kind of pickles?
Any pickles. Any pickles. No. He is a very picky eater and stuff. He eats pizza, chicken nuggets, and he drinks Budweiser. So if you're inviting over Bango Skank or Gravity Bleeds,
right?
Chicken nuggets, pizza, Budweiser.
That's easy enough. Easy enough. None of that picky shit.
No. So we are going to slide into next, folks, our continuation of our summer horror movies that we love. And watermelons are on sale right now too, folks. So we're going to take the watermelon jack-o'-lantern idea from there. Sponsored by watermelons.
Right.
So continuing on into our summer horror movies, I'm going to start off this week, and we are going to start off with my pick, and I did put these in order, the remake of The Evil Dead from 2013. And we are going to pull up this trailer now, because I learned how to do that too, people.
Fancy.
Fancy. Fancy. It's not working.
No, I don't think so.
I heard
just heard
Brandon yelling from the back, "It's not working!"
I know. TJ just whispered, "Hey."
All right, folks, we still know how to do what we're doing here. We're going to try this one more time. I think I know how to do this. In theory, it should work.
I released something from that book. Something evil. This thing is attached to Mia's soul. We're gonna have to kill her.
You're all going to die tonight. We're gonna get you, not another piece. Time to go to sleep.
Wow. Just wow.
Yes. So, Evil Dead 2013 remake. And I will be honest with everybody. When I picked this as my summer movie, I was thinking of Cabin in the Woods. So, full open discretion to everybody on that one. But regardless, I was like, I still love it. And I still think it's a really, really great summer Halloween movie, summer horror movie to watch, just because sometimes you want something really, really scary. And I really feel that this remake does it all. It gives you the jump scares, it gives you the demonic possession, it gives you the kills, it gives you the gore. And yeah, nothing better if you have a late summer night and you get to turn this on. I think it's really, really amazing. It came out, and again, it was 2013 remake, came out 20 years after the original Evil Dead was made. So I think that's amazing that that trilogy like lived on and then to birth such an amazing remake 20 years later. Fede Alvarez. Now I might be butchering this guy's first name because I'm not even gonna say he is international.
Forgive us, we have sinned.
Forgive us, we have sinned. But yeah, the movie is fucking tits. It has so many great lines in it. It has a really good setup for why they're there and stuff, which I think is really important. Unless you're watching a horror movie for it to be campy and stuff. I love how this one really had a purpose for them being there.
For sure.
And I love all the practical effects. They did use CGI in it, but they used CGI as an enhancement. So, spoiler alert. I mean, hey, this came out in 2013, folks.
Right.
There's a wicked scene of blood raining down, and that was all practical effects. So the movie used, it was around 70,000 gallons of fake blood.
That's how
50,000. So that was in the last one, where in the original Evil Dead they only used between 200 to 300 gallons of fake blood. So they really ramped it up on there, and I think you could really see that on there. And a lot of people were worried when I guess as I was doing research about the movie with Alvarez, like if he was just going to make it all CGI and just take it to where people feels like, oh, this fucking sucks. This isn't, all the things that we loved about the original. And no, he did. He kept it with the practical effects, extended filming on it. And then, yeah, obviously use CGI as a good tool for enhancing those practical effects. But it's fucking tits. Oh, Brandon's see, Gravity really says, yeah, she gets raped by a tree. Big time. Yes, there is tree rape.
There is tree rape. Yep.
Tree rape.
Mhm.
If anybody has like tree triggers, there's tree rape.
If you don't, you will after you watch it.
Yeah, if you don't, you feel different about walking through some vines. Let's see. Jeff Barlett says, I'd say this one, Dawn of the Dead and TCM are the best remakes. Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre are the best remakes. And then FF Friday the 13th was all right too. Yeah. Same ingredients. Yeah. Solid one. But yeah, it's just good. It's wicked. It's brutal. I know a lot of times when we're going to do these picks, we're going to be doing older cinema, older horror and stuff, but you gotta throw one in there for a new one every once in a while, because it was also one of the movies too when I started watching horror movies around 5-6 years ago on there that really was one of them, like, oh, I really like this one. Brandon had me on a kick of the classics for like a really long time. I'm like, no, we need something a little polished here and stuff. But no, I think it's a kick-ass movie. It's a fun watch. It's good.
I agree. It is. It's very polished compared to the original Evil Dead, and in a lot of ways, I don't want to compare it because I feel like it did take its spin on its own movie. But I did like the way it paid homage to the original Evil Dead. Even, just right down to like the Michigan State sweatshirt. That was cool. They did have more of a purpose for being there. And actually I rewatched this. This was something that I hadn't watched in years, since pretty close to the time that it came out. And TJ and I watched it together. It was a first watch for him. And I just sat there like making sure he was awake the whole time. Like, don't miss anything, because there are so many parts of it that are just so good. And as I was watching, I was taking notes, on what to say about it. And the three things that just are like graphic, gory, good as fuck. Like they're just the parts where, like the up close body horror that just makes you cringe, like you said, it's been out since 2013. So you may have watched it already, but it just, oh God, to the part where like I'm cringing and like having to cover my mouth and cover my eyes almost on some parts. Like, that's a good ass movie.
Oh, that scene where she takes the knife and she splits her tongue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that whole proximity of that, like, and then the chick with the nail gun, like shooting herself in the face, and then I know we're terrible for laughing at these parts, but then she's like in the boyfriend's arms and she's got all the things, and like the possession has left her and she's crying, my face hurt.
My face hurt. Yeah.
There's like 15 nails in it.
I know. And then it's like they feel so bad, like, oh, I need to help them now. And it's like, okay, the demons are imposters, but definitely the tongue part, and then even when the girl cuts her arm and everything, it's just
with the electric knife. Yeah, that was gnarly and stuff. I also like too when she ended up losing both her arms.
Yes,
it kind of reminded me of from, not that I've watched all of The Walking Dead, I've like in and out of it, but did you watch the part of the series where they brought in Michonne and she had her two brothers on chains, but she had like chopped off their jaws so that they couldn't eat?
I can't say that I've ever actually watched. I think I watched a bit of one of the seasons of The Walking Dead, but my 14-year-old son is obsessed and he tells me about it all the time. So.
was like this whole thing of trying to keep the zombie. I thought that's what the guy was trying to do when he got her other arm. It's like, okay, you can't like shoot us anymore or do anything.
Right.
You don't have any arms. Like maybe I can like save you, my armless love.
I know. It was too pitiful too. He just shot her arm off, and here she is wobbling towards him, But yeah, and when she was, I don't know, when she got bit by the main character Mia, who had been originally possessed, and she bit her hand, and she was pushing, and I don't know if it was teeth that she was pushing out of her hand, but whatever she was pushing, and it was like little black chunks, and just even watching that, it was like, oh, stomach churning, and like that is just amazing. I love it, as gross as it is.
Yeah, no, the effects on it were top notch, and just when you thought like this was gonna be like kind of like the big effect of the movie or like the goriest thing, then they just ramp it up on there.
Yeah,
and the creep factor too was just like at an all-time high. One thing though I was kind of curious about though is, and this is just me being really nitpicky about the movie, but when the girlfriend, forget her name, Natalie.
Yep.
When Natalie is sawing off her arm with the electric knife, she's in the kitchen. And then the brother and Eric, the other friend that was with the glasses, are in the next room, having their powwow. And he's like, Eric, why the fuck do you read a book that's chained up and in a basement full of hanging cats? Like, if there was ever a book that said read me,
right?
It's this one.
Yeah.
That they don't like, and then they come in after she's like standing there. And I'm like, how soundproof is this cabin?
Oh, I know. Well, and even before that, when Mia had stabbed, did she stab him? Stab Eric, and then
she stabbed him, I think, with some glass or something.
Yeah, and he was trying to get
the nail gun too. Yeah.
Right, and she was trying to get the brother. God, now I can't remember his name. Was trying to get the David. He was trying to get the shard of glass out of his chest, and he told Natalie that the Eric needed sugar and water. So then she went into the house and she was trying to get the sugar, water, and then Mia was like sweet talking her from downstairs. And so she went down there, and then it was like she got knocked out, and then during that time it was like they were just off doing their thing or whatever too, so like, yeah, I totally got that too. It was like, well, where are they? Like, haven't they noticed that she had been gone for some period of time to be knocked out and then wake back up and then being licked by a demon and all this other stuff? Like, where are you guys?
That was a kinky demon, that's all I gotta say.
Hey, you know what? I gotta say that movie turns me on, and you can ask my husband.
We should plant more pines in the backyard, TJ.
Right? He's like, I'm gonna buy this movie. It was suspenseful too. Like you knew that something was going to happen. It was like almost, what or exactly when or what is it going to be, and like even right up until the end, you could not have predicted exactly what was going to happen.
Oh no. And I think too with the movie, they had parts where you would maybe think that at time her brother was going to eventually become the Ash character. I think just based off of how they had him dressed with the blue jean shirt and stuff like that, and then at the end that it ends up being Mia, who's kind of like the Ash in this story and stuff. So yeah, no, it was cool. And I mean, and the path that she was going down, like you weren't thinking that bitch was coming back from it. Like, talk about a resurrection story.
Right.
You were just like, oh no.
Right. Well, and even after he had buried her alive and then revived her, you would think, well, the possession hasn't left her. It hasn't been long enough. And then, it totally flops. So
yeah. No. Wicked movie. So folks, if you haven't checked it out, I know we spoiled a lot of it for you, but there still is so much more that we didn't even go over. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think you can still watch it on some streaming services, like maybe Tubi, stuff like that. But it's been out for a while. If you don't have it in your collection, definitely a good one to have
Mm-hmm.
in your collection. So
For sure.
next, we are going to go over Miss Pettibone's pick.
So the summer horror movie that I chose is Tourist Trap.
Tourist Trap. And I do have your trailer too. And now I know how to make it play
Awesome.
without us. I know what I did wrong the first time.
Practice makes perfect.
Yep.
Every year, hundreds of young people travel the country and disappear. God help those who get caught in the tourist trap. Tourist Trap, where beautiful young people looking for excitement are tricked, terrorized, trapped. Tourist Trap. Shock you can see. Terror you can feel. Heart-stopping suspense that makes this a nightmare that never ends. Something crazy's going on at the Tourist Trap.
So, Tourist Trap. That was my summer movie pick. And of course, like some amazing horror movies start out, it's a group of teenagers or early 20s that, get stranded. They have car troubles, and that's how it begins. So they fall prey to a demented owner of a roadside museum and his army of evil mannequins. So if mannequins is not something that you are typically creeped out by, you will be after watching this movie. It's got the suspense of who's the killer, that kind of goes on for a while. You think it might be him, you think it might be his brother, or and then you eventually find out, and then it's basically just a game of cat and mouse after that. But we were talking about this movie a little bit, and it's not just, I would say how I would describe it would be like a booby trap funhouse of torture. And not set up like your typical funhouse, like a walkthrough funhouse or anything like that. But, discover a house. This guy's got this crazy museum of mechanical mannequins. Every move you make, something might pop out at you, or something might be fake, something might be real. There might be real souls and people trapped inside these mannequins. So, it's good. I love it. The ending is cool. The girl who ends up surviving. Wow, that's a total giveaway. But
I think it came out before I was born. What year did it come out?
79. It came out in 79.
79. Okay.
Yeah. So it's an older movie. There's some good acting. There's some bad acting. It's good. I love it. I love like the face, the mask, the main mask that he wears. It gives me like Leatherface Pretty Woman vibes. So
I was gonna say that,
that's the attractive part of just seeing the cover. Like, ooh, I want to watch that. Somebody wearing someone else's face is always like a red flag of that's a good movie. So
Yeah. I like that scene in the preview. I mean, it's in the movie, but the show in the preview where he's putting the plaster over the girl's face to make her into a mannequin. That's what I do to Brandon when I cast his face. I just hold him down screaming and just clumps of plaster.
As long as you don't cover his nostrils, we're all good.
He claims every time that I've blocked his nostrils. I'm like, well, you're still here to tell the tale. So apparently I didn't,
Like, just breathe out of your ears, you big baby.
Into the butthole, out through the butthole. No,
Even better.
It's a fun one. I didn't get to check it out recently, but I have seen it before with Brandon. But yeah, it has a lot of fun concepts in it that I think can make it extra creepy. Some people have that fear of dolls. And mannequins tie in with that fear of, claustrophobia and stuff. It's like being entrapped, in the mannequin while he's making it and stuff. But then it has a lot of the fun concepts of this guy making this creepy fun house from real people and trapping them in that stuff. And then the good tale of the whodunit on there.
Right.
It does take you a little bit to kind of figure it out, just because everybody in general is creepy
Right.
in the film, So no, it's definitely a good one. If anybody hasn't checked it out, it's definitely a must see. Did you check it out on streaming, or did you already own it?
We do own it, but it is on Vudu, free with ads. So yeah, you can watch it on there. And I will say it is, the suspense builds up for a little while, but the fun starts almost immediately. So it kind of grabs you, and after not watching it for the first couple minutes, something already happens. So it's like, okay, it's not like you have to watch it for a half hour to watch these kids change their tire or do whatever they're doing. It's the beginning scene is pretty hooking. So
I like the quotation, hooking.
Right.
No, well, great picks. Well, folks, we'll always be, of course, posting on our Instagram at the Dead Bitches Brunch. Let us know if you've not seen these movies, if you have, what you think after you watch them. If you watch them for the first time, Laura, you let us know, because you just said you haven't seen Tourist Trap. So once you've gotten to check it out, let us know your thoughts on that summer movie recommendation there.
Yes, absolutely. I think you'll love it, Laura.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah. I had all these movies. It's funny because I watched so much. It's the Bloody Mary, folks. It's the Bloody Mary. Blame it on Mary.
It's Sunday night, okay?
Yeah, it's Sunday night. We're drinking. We're talking about horror movies.
We got blood on our Sunday's best.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I completely lost my train of thought there. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go into our next segment here, folks. And as some of you all know, I am the girlfriend, wife, partner, I don't know, many things, clown handler of none other than Gravity Bleeds of Philbrick Studio. And as I'm sure you've been like peeping behind the Priestess Pettibone herself, her awesome mask collection, we are some very lucky ladies who, just have some pretty sick personal collections of masks. And so we're bringing on a new little fun segment that we think you guys will enjoy. And this is The Mask Made Me Do It. Look at two bitches and their Donnas at Camp Zool.
Love it.
It's going to be awesome. So we're going to talk about in the segment here two of our favorites. Some new, some that we've had for a bit. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? We didn't talk about who's going to go first on this one.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
We got scissors. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. You go first, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
While we figure out how to play rock, paper, scissors again.
Like, am I lagging? That's not fair.
There's a delay time, folks. In our brains.
All right.
Chica, what do you got?
Okay, so what I have here is this is my first pick. This is my brand spanking new, super shiny baby bingo that I just received from Gravity Bleeds. Love it so much. It's gorgeous. I hope you could see the detail as well. With the candy corn horns, I am a candy corn freak. We are a candy corn household. And when I was thinking of what I would like, because this is actually, I don't have any, my husband has quite a few bangos, but I had not owned any of those. I do own other masks from the creations of Gravity Bleeds, but I thought, you know what, I need myself a bingo, which is a little bit smaller than a bango. So I thought, what better than candy corn? I had to have it. I love it. I said, you know, some stuff dripping out of the mouth. It's perfect in every way. The only thing was I accidentally ripped the strap off because I got so excited to put it on. That when I put it on my head, I ripped the strap off. So my husband had to repurpose that. But yeah, so let me see if this will work.
Yeah, you might have to turn off your ring light
Oh,
first.
yeah. All right, let's see if I can figure that out here. Maybe not. Can you see it?
See a little bit on there.
We have a helper. Here we go.
There we go. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a completely different mask when it's under full UV, which I think is
For sure.
really cool.
Yeah, I think my my flashlight just died now, so that's probably why.
The rest of the show, you just sit in the dark. We just see the mask.
Yep, not as prepared as I should have been, but yeah.
No, that's awesome. I loved it when he told me, he's like, yeah, Leah hit me up for one and she wants a candy corn thing. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
Yes,
It's fucking cool.
I have the coolest idea too for another picture to take with the bingo. The orange and yellow and white for the candy corn. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, I'm stoked. You always do some really awesome photos. Well, we'll just go every other one since our masks, I think, are kind of following and feet a little bit. So I'm sure you guys have seen mine sitting up behind the corner here from me. But this is a bango, so it's bigger than Leah's. But it's from the new run from Build a Bango. And it is dubbed Fubbles the Clown edition here.
I love that.
And yeah, so it's a little bit bigger than yours, like in the chin area, mouth area down there. But let me get this. We got a lot of lights going on here, people. Let me get this light off. And then she is very
gorgeous,
reactive. But yeah, I love her. I didn't have a horned one or one with a nose yet. And so I told him to make me one. And then it took me a long time before I picked out what colors I wanted for it. And then I was like, you know what, do the pink and purple, but not too much pink on there.
Yeah.
And then he added it in with being it black light and stuff. So
oh my gosh, I love that.
This is the new one you guys will be seeing at any future shows or camps. It'll probably be this one because I'll probably make an outfit to go along with it.
Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, no, I love her. She's very beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I love that pink and purple. So good.
Yeah, I originally had asked him to do pink and purple with like a gray dirty wash on it. So what's all white, that would have been kind of like gray.
Yeah.
And then with the pink and purple, I was kind of thinking like it was a little bit of an homage to Lisa Frank.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit like that's kind of what I was thinking on there. But I'm glad that he left it with the white. And it kind of has a pink rub out on it because then that just makes it all the more UV.
For sure.
Reactive with the pink rub out on there and stuff. And it's
I need to see a close-up photo of this too, but above the eyes, is that like maggots above the eyes?
Yeah, he highlighted the maggots.
That's hot.
Yeah, little maggot action.
Oh
So-
my god.
And this is perfect because I am the world's messiest eater. I eat like a toddler, so there's constantly food coming out of my mouth and on my chest. So, you know, it's
I
important.
love it.
Yeah. No,
I love it.
no,
That is
it's
so cool.
really, it's really sweet. It's my new baby that I can't wait to have do a photo shoot with here.
For sure. And the horns. I just love horns.
Yeah, the horns are really cool in these ones because he did it part of the sculpture on there and
Mhm.
stuff too. So
So if I'm not mistaken, the Build-A-Bangos are sold out, are they?
as of right now, they're sold out.
Okay.
Last I heard, that they were sold out. Not gone forever. Just a temporary sold out here and stuff. But we do have, and let's see. Oh, let me turn this up a little bit. Going off on masks. You know, I wasn't going to stand up because I hate standing up and walking on these things. Everyone's copping my cheetah pants, but I'll go ahead and grab it. We will have some windbreakers up for sale here soon. And these are
So good.
Bango Skank was here. So these are kind of like a little prototype run. It's very, very limited quality. When these drop and stuff, we want people to kind of check them out, let us know what you think and stuff. But in my opinion, I think they are fucking tits. They're a really, really light windbreaker, which I like a lot because it's a windbreaker that I feel when you put it on, you want it part of your outfit
Mhm.
that is on the whole time.
Mhm.
And so it's not too hot to like wear it with your shirt and have the windbreaker on the whole time. So it is a lighter one, but I think it's perfect because it's one of those pieces that you don't want to just like have it on and then take it off as soon as you get in there.
And you can always wear a hoodie underneath it. Does it have a hood?
It doesn't have a hood.
Oh, okay. So
No.
yeah, you can wear a hoodie underneath it
Yeah,
if you
you
want
wear a
to
hoodie.
and be a
No, I
little
think
warmer.
I think they're super fresh
I love it.
and stuff. And just a simple black snap front. So those should be on the store, I think possibly tomorrow.
Ooh.
Is when those might be up on there. And then we also, I think he's going to be posting the bandanas, if those aren't already up as well, that you made.
Yep, I think some of them were on there. I'm not sure if all of them were.
But these are super cool.
The blood rags.
The blood rags. And actually, while we're talking about this, go to gravitybleeds.com. That's where you can find that fresh gear. But yeah, these are the blood rags.
Love
And
it.
at first I was kind of like, okay, you're going to have her make rags or whatever. And I'm like, I get like you wear a rag part of your costume, but like, how does this relate to other people? And he's like, well, anytime I'm wearing a mask, like I like to have a rag because you're sweating. He's like, I don't want to take off my mask fully, but you need to like wipe yourself and stuff. And I'm like, that makes so much sense.
Right.
So
Like a hanky.
yeah, like your hanky. So it's pretty sick.
Or even
Yeah.
just to like hang behind your display of masks and everything. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
too.
no, super dope and stuff. And I always say you should have like a red bandana and a black bandana.
Yep.
So I'll try to cover his. Yeah, and these aren't creepy at all. Just having multiples of his head around my home.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
It's a tourist trap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I live in the real life tourist.
Hey, as long as he doesn't start getting into mechanical stuff, you should be good.
I don't know. He just recently got a like a actual ventriloquist dummy.
Ooh, I did see pictures of that with the bandana also.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking scare me with that little bitch everywhere. Jeez. And
Oh my god.
he'll just have it sitting in a hallway. and I'll come out. And like there he is, and I'll like jump, and then my dog
Right.
is scared of him, so she's just sitting there shaking, looking at him, like looking like she just got possessed too. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like all of y'all are fucking terrible.
All right.
Fucking terrible.
That's funny because actually today when we were at Motor City Nightmares, we approached a table and this lady had taken just dolls, porcelain dolls. You know, maybe her grandma made them, maybe she got them from a thrift shop, whatever, regular dolls. She put like bloody brains on them, you know, blacked out their eyes, blood, whatever, personalized each and every one of them. And there was one standing at the front of the table. And I don't know if the table was shifted back or what, but it made this doll kind of crouch at the knees and kind of almost sit back. And as we were looking at the table and I saw this doll move and it actually scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, I looked at the doll and I'm like, the doll moved. And, you know, I said to the lady, I'm like, the doll moved. And it was like, God, of all the things that I should be scared of, you know, where I'm not in a dark haunted house. I'm not, you know, anywhere like that. We're at a convention and the doll moves in front of me. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I peed.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We should do like a whole like dolls segment and
Mhm.
stuff. Brandon has a theory. I would have pulled it for the show if I would know we had gone here. He has a theory that I came from a doll because there's this picture of me back in the day as a
Mhm.
little girl, just surrounded by my grandma was a huge doll collector and she bought me a miniature wedding dress. And
Mhm.
so I'm just like sitting in the middle of this room with hundreds of dolls
Mhm.
around me as like a little kid. And I think I have a creepy behind me. You bitch is talking about me. I'll kill you all. I'll kill you all.
The doll comes running out.
Yeah, he just comes in and out. No, funny thing though is his puppet can't. Well, I don't know if it's a puppet or ventriloquist. He comes with an extra pair of shoes, of like all the accessories
What?
he comes with. I'm like, why does this fool need 2 pairs of shoes?
Well, because when he's running around the house while you're not there or while you're sleeping, the
Yeah.
traction is going to get rubbed off the first pair. He needs a second pair. So,
I guess.
Yeah.
I thought that was really creepy of all the accessories he gets. It's not another bow tie or vest. It's extra
right.
shoes.
Their shoes. What? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Did you
no,
check the owner of where that doll came from? Because have you ever seen Dead Silence?
God, no, it's creepy. It's an old original one. Like it's like super old box. Like it was really dirty. His friend got it from his dad who buys like old storage units or something. And yeah, it's like really, really old and legit and stuff. And it was like owned by some little kid named Kevin who had like aspirations of like being on NBC because he wrote that on the box. But like even like the illustrations on the outside of the box are like old time like 50s illustration kind of style on there and stuff. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
living with that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Totally. I'd be so creeped out by that. TJ actually bought a Pee Wee Herman doll from a antique shop one time, and it has like the pull string. And of course it's super old, so when you pull it and then, you know, the voice is all distorted and everything and it's all chipped up and I was like, "No, we're not getting that." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, we are." And I'm like, "No, please, like we can pay like $150 for a new one on eBay that's still in the box. Please don't bring that home." And yeah, he's sitting right over there. So he hasn't killed or possessed any of us yet. But
Pee Wee Herman's the best though.
yeah.
It's the word of the day. Oh no, that's fucking
Good times.
All right, well, we're gonna do 2 masks this time. So what's your second
Yes.
one, Leah?
Okay, my second one here is my horny Donna. So this Donna was part of a run through AXE, LLE, and they did the Dawn of the Dead. This was the second one. The original was the gray and purple, and then the second was the black, white with blood. And had to have it, love it so much. But I just wanted a little bit more with my Donna. I wanted to be horny. I wanted to have the first ever horny Donna. And so we sent it out to Gravity Bleeds, and he made that happen. So she's a little more bloody. She's definitely more horny.
Yeah.
This is one of my prized possessions, and super happy with it. I love it so much. And it's a one-off now.
Yeah, no one else has like gotten theirs customized with horns. So
Yeah, no, that's what I was wondering, because I know that after I had this done that he had posted something about, getting your mask customized and things like that. And I wasn't sure at that point if anyone had actually reached out to get their Donnas horned or not. I know it was an option, but yeah, I haven't seen any since this. So as far as I know, I have the only horny Donna. I love the Donna. I've gotten so many compliments just wearing my Donnas and my little photo shoots or my pictures that it suits me well, and I love it. I love the structure of the face. It's so feminine. The cheekbones and everything are accentuated, and all around great mask. This is, like I said, one of my prized possessions. So easy pick.
No, she's an epic one and stuff. She's real crisp and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think that's cool how you have the only one that has horns on it and stuff. That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
On there. Well,
maybe now someone else will get one after this episode. Maybe somebody else will.
You're like, no, this is only so mine is Brad is probably going to cringe a little bit that I'm showing this one because it's an oldie. It's from, I want to say, the first run of FF13s that he did. And he was doing some practicing, like some prototyping with the different snips. So this one has a section where I could add on another strap if I wanted to the top. And so, yeah, when he first started making, I'm like, you have to make me one too. This one is a little bit smaller because this is when he was first learning how to copy and do multiple runs on there. So it does fit smaller than most of the FF13s, which I like because I have a tiny face. But it is one of my favorites. And then, yeah, I guess I do have a theme. He did the gray wash, which I love on masks, and then with the purple detail for the brain and the stitches and stuff. But yeah, this is the only FF13 that's actually mine. He has, like, he'll sometimes keep one from runs and different stuff that he does. So he has more of them, like, in his personal collection, but like that's actually mine from my collection because I'm really trying not to pull from his. Also, this is my gimmick to be able to get more masks as well from him.
I know, it's like there's only so many that I consider mine.
So, like, I'm like, we'll first start out with what are ours, and then we'll move on to what is ours by love.
Right.
Oh, Gravity Releases. It wasn't a copy. It was just a smaller sculpt. Okay, so it was a smaller sculpt on it. I knew it was smaller, but I couldn't remember for exactly the reason why on it. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. It has a lot of sentimental value to me and stuff. It's
for sure.
When we were first figuring things out, and even just looking at it now, seeing the different things of how we make masks now versus how when we started and stuff. You can really see this in this mask and stuff. So. Yeah. It's an oldie, but it's a sentimental one to me. And I think it's really cool to own something that's like was right there from the start of things. So, yeah.
I totally agree. The sentimental value is even, and that's something even more sentimental, but I do have one of the first Donna masks, the run, and it's the gray and purple, and TJ and I have talked about, you should send that to him and get maybe a different shade of purple or something. And I've thought and like played with ideas and stuff like that. But then even in my head, I'm like, oh, it's sentimental because actually the gray and purple Donna was my first forever face of my own. And it was the first run of Donna. So I'm like, no, I feel like I have to keep it original just for like sentimental value, even though it, quite a few other several people that have one, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hope I don't know. I mean, there isn't anything in the works right now, but
Yeah.
I hope in the future that there'll be another iteration of Donna's.
Mhm.
And that's because that same story you had of that Donna being your first mask. We had so many people come up to us at camp, and they were so excited to tell us, this, oh, this was, my boyfriend brought me into this, or liking this, or my husband, and masks
Mhm.
were his things. But then when the Donnas came out, like, there was something for me.
Right.
And so for so many of them, that was their same story. Like, this was my first mask, or with the Forever Face 13, because that one, it does fit really well for ladies.
Yep.
Also, just to them to come up and say that. And I thought it was cute because it was just like this extra thing that couples could share and stuff. It's like, this is his collection, but this is the start of mine. And
For sure.
yeah. And they're wicked
Yep.
masks too. Yeah, there isn't really anything else. I mean, there's a lot of mask makers out there, even outside of the community that we all primarily work in and stuff. But
Mhm.
as far as like a female mask with that much detail and stuff in it, it's definitely a really unique one. So
For
yeah,
sure.
hopefully we'll see some more of those come back in the future
Yep.
and stuff. So yeah, folks, that was our The Mask Made Me Do It segment. Let us know in the comments or on our Instagram. Let us know what you think of it. We're trying out new things on the show.
Yeah. We could keep going all night.
We could get, yeah, we're over our hours, but we actually do have one more segment we're gonna make you guys hang on through here for, because damn it, I uploaded all these photos.
Right. Hey, there's 10 people watching. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah, we're just good. You know what? Hey,
Right.
I have
Chilling.
my backup beverage. So
Right. I might have to call the waiter for another one.
yeah, ring the bell.
Right.
I'll hear little foot come in. It's the puppet.
Like a little tiny hand with the
Like with
the white claw. Right.
All right, folks. So one thing, because it's Halloween all year round for the dead bitches, and something that we want to talk about is our love of costumes and how we've created some of these looks, and maybe it'll help you guys in planning out what you guys want to rock this year at your terrifying events. But our next little segment here is Days of Halloween's Past. Ooh. We're gonna get sound effects because mine aren't that awesome. So I'll go ahead and start this one on here. And I'm starting off with this look because one thing that people think with bitches and Halloween is sex appeal. It's the night when you're slutty, you're sexy, you have a little bit more freedom to be risque, the frisky cop. And nothing says sex appeal like a conehead Uncle Fester. I'm like, let me tell you, the gleam.
I mean, it depends on who you're talking to.
This looks checks the boxes. It checks all of the boxes when you're like, I want my bitch to look hot this Halloween night. Cone head Uncle Fester. Yeah. Yes, we went there. We did that. This was one of my favorite Halloween looks. As you see, we went full commitment to this here. My cone head was a very Lucky Font Goodwill find that I absolutely adore and will not let Brandon touch or do anything with, because I have more ideas of what I want to do it with, more costume ideas I want to work with it on it. But yeah, essentially cone head. I blocked out my eyebrows on there, so we got rid of those, did some dark makeup underneath my eyes, some shading, try to get make myself look more dead there. I could have done more with around the head area to make that a little bit better, but it was pretty quick and cheap. Just dress pants. I wore one of Brandon's black shirts. I stuffed pillows underneath me because I felt like Fester was a more bulky guy there, and then I found the black trench coat at a thrift store. So yeah,
Awesome.
it was just kind of like a thrown together one, and I loved it because kids thought it was really creepy and they didn't know what it was, and parents thought it was, it was pretty awesome to be a Conehead. I don't
Oh,
think anybody really got the Uncle Fester part, but everyone understood
the
the
Conehead at least. Yeah.
Conehead. But yeah, no, it's one of my favorites. Is if I like for Halloween, I like to be just have fun with it.
Yep.
So just be silly, and I always think as we go on with this segment, you guys will find out how weird I am, and my sense of humor is when it comes to those. So yeah, that was one of my creations. Take it as you will, as inspirations for future costumes. World needs more cone heads. So
For sure. And what a collaboration, even if people right off the bat would not recognize Uncle Fester and the Conehead, like
Mhm.
that's genius. So good. Bald and then add a Conehead, like hone
I
in
thought
all
it
night, if you know what I mean.
was.
That's really cool though. But it was actually the Conehead that you found at the thrift store?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah. So
my
actually, the
gosh.
actual cone head. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love I love just stopping at a Goodwill. Like
Yeah.
anytime there is one. Like if there is a thrift, I just like to stop and look. Like I have enough self control. I can go in and not buy anything. But I just
Mhm.
always like, and if you're especially in your different city or town, I think that's what had happened with this when we were in a town, like driving somewhere and we had stopped and needed to kill time, and we're like, oh, let's just go to Goodwill and stuff. So yeah, yeah, always check out your thrift stores because it was, I feel like it was one of my best thrift store finds.
Oh,
Was
absolutely. That is so cool. And Coneheads is such a great movie too.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was fun, and I have to say it was very warm. Like Halloween's can get really cold here in Minnesota, so if you're somewhere where it's cold, it was a
Mhm.
very warm, cozy costume. It was very
Yep.
very comfortable the whole time.
Yep. That's always in the back of my head too. Like, okay, what can I bundle up under or on top of that's not going to totally take away from the costume?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I hate that when you have to kind of figure out those logistics on there.
Yeah.
Oh shoot,
Yep.
Leah, I only have two of your pictures. I don't know where the third one went, but we'll go ahead and pull up the first one here for
Okay.
you. So this is Leah
Lydia.
Lydia. And none other than Beetlejuice himself. I think you knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, there's actually a funny story behind this. We had actually planned on doing a Jack and Wendy from The Shining costume that year.
Uh-huh.
And we thrifted quite a few things. We even bought like a foam baseball bat to go with Jack, and TJ had his jacket and the flannel and everything like that. And then I had bought, I think, like a turtleneck sweater from Walmart and had like a dress to put over top of it. And the next day we went out to do our Halloween adventure, and the outfits just were not pleasing at all. We put them on and I'm like, this looks like shit. You don't even know who we are. This is terrible. And
Mhm.
TJ happened to, I can't remember what was the reason. It was like we were also, because we have so many October birthdays in our families. He went to the mall for some reason that particular day, stopped
Mhm.
in Hot Topic, saw the Beetlejuice and Lydia costumes, and was like, should I grab these? And I'm like, yeah, just do it. And
Mhm.
I had actually dyed my hair black the night before to look more like Wendy,
Yeah.
because I'm crazy and excessive, and I will dye and cut my hair to go with my
Yeah.
costume.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
Like, yes, I have never worn a wig ever in my life. I would not be opposed to it, but it's I'll dye and cut my hair. So I'd cut my hair a little bit, my bangs, and dyed my hair to look like Wendy. We brought home these costumes and put them on, and it actually ended up being one of my favorite costumes to date. So, and it worked out with the hair and then the Beetlejuice, and it's like,
Yeah.
grab a can of green hairspray, spray it in, and we
Yeah.
did take our kids to do like a trick-or-treating activity that night, and it was like everybody was all excited to see us, Beetlejuice and Lydia. So and Lydia is one of my favorite characters ever, so it
Yeah.
worked out. I love it.
No, I thought you guys just knocked it out of the park here. And when you were like this is what I'm picking, I'm like, well, I only have an option of going with Conehead here. So no, it's awesome and stuff. And TJ looks fucking sweet in it too. And just yeah. And did you cut your hair for that also?
I actually had cut my hair for Wendy.
For Wendy,
So I wanted to have a little bit of the greasy bangs look hanging down in front of my face. So I trimmed my bangs a little bit and added the color. And then I was like, well, you know what? It works with Lydia too. So I kind of, teased it up a little bit and made it work. So
yeah. No, I think it was awesome. And you guys too, that would be an awesome costume for you guys too.
And I always, I've said too, like, we need to do that as like a cosplay to go to a convention or something like that. But I will say the Lydia dress is pretty itchy. Totally worth it. But, yeah. And we did wear that. We went to, I think it was Crossroads Village that we took our kids trick-or-treating to. And then that year for Halloween, it was actually so cold and windy that I didn't even put the costume on again. And so I didn't even wear it on actually Halloween. It was just for like our trick-or-treating activity. And so I was like regretful that we didn't get more pictures dressed up that way. But, we got all the time in the world, right?
Yeah, that always happens. I feel like with Halloween and stuff, you'll dress up for your one big party or concert or event. And then you want to dress up also on Halloween itself. And just sometimes it just never quite works out and stuff. I think this last Halloween too, like I think I just did something easy, like put on a witch hat or something for passing out candy to kids.
Right.
And stuff. But Halloween at our house, I'm sure is at yours. It's a whole production and stuff. So I have clown handling that day.
Right.
I'm just put a witch hat on there.
Hey, that's more effort than some people put out.
Right. So yeah, folks, that was our segment of Days of Halloween Past. I think it's a fun one that we're going to continue on here so you guys can see different things that we've done. I always like to see different people's creative process and what they come up with, or maybe any tips or tricks that they have for their costumes. So yeah, I think we're going to bring that one back because you have a lot of good ones on there. I have a lot of strange ones. So
I cannot wait to see them all.
So yeah, no, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. As we say, it's Halloween all year round for the dead bitches.
Always.
Well, folks, we are going to be winding up our time here, but before we do that, we want to do our vendor spotlight. And so for tonight, I wanted to spotlight a very particular person that we very much love and appreciate here at the Dead Bitches Brunch, and that is Haunted Housewives Creations. Miss Pettibone, you're going to be adding some more stuff to your store tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so check her out on Etsy. We've talked about the koozies on there, the pillows. I have pillows too. One pillow from her. There's shirts as well. And then you're going to be adding your stock that didn't sell from the vendor show that you did recently and stuff. Oh, we have these Mr. and Mrs. So they're super cute. But yeah, definitely check her out, folks. She makes a bunch of wicked shit, and it's always top-notch quality. And I wanted to spotlight it because you're out there hustling. You're making it happen.
Thank you. I try.
You're making it happen. When he's like, oh, I'm gonna have Leah do the rags, and we're doing this and that, and then you're like, oh, I'm making this, and then you're helping out, and we're pulling stuff for the show. Like, I swear you must be a mythical creature because you must not sleep. You work 20 hours of every day. I feel
truly though, I thrive on chaos, so I wouldn't even know what to do with myself if I wasn't always busy. So
right. But no, check it out, folks. There's going to be some more stuff on there. And then also check out at gravitybleeds.com. Of course, you can always find us at deadbitchesbrunch.com and on our Instagram as well. At deadbitchesburn.com, you can also let us know if there is an artist that you would like to have us feature or have on the show, or maybe you would like to come kick it with the bitches and talk about maybe some of your horror movie picks or anything like that. We like friends. We like friends. We're nice.
Yes.
So yeah, come check it out with us, folks. But we're going to end the show here with that amazing intro from none other than Gravity Bleeds himself. And with that, we will say until next time, and rest in peace, bitches.
Stay dead.